Hello, good afternoon, one and all. So, are you getting my screen here? Screen voice. Hello, please reply in the chat box so that we will start our lecture. Hello, all. Are you there? So, are you getting my screen here? Yes, I got the reply from Digvijay. Others are getting or not? We'll see the 18 participants are there. The 18 students are present right now from the A division and again from B division. So strength is more, but I'm finding very less strength here. Many students are absent for today's session. I request others also, you have to give the reply in the chat box, or otherwise you have to unmute yourself and you have to answer the questions. Okay. So we'll start our today's session. So what we are going to do in our today's session. So the first of all, we are going to see the some concept or some syllabus from the second chapter. And after that, we are going to conduct one today class test based on the first chapter. Okay. So I am going to share the questions you all in this lecture only, that you have to note down the questions. I am going to dictate the questions here. Okay. So that questions you have to note down in your notebook. Okay. And within up to the 2:15, we have to submit the paper using the link. Okay. So that link I am going to put into the WhatsApp group. Okay. Then you have to use that WhatsApp link for submitting your answer paper. Okay. So this is the today what we are going to do here. First of all, we will conduct lecture, and after that lecture, so I am giving the questions. So the 4 questions on based on the first chapter you will be getting, and we have to write the answers for that. We have to scan the paper, and we have to upload on the Google Drive. Okay. So all are the familiar with Google Drive. So how to upload it, how to, okay, that link I'm going to provide here. Okay. So first of all, we'll see that what we have covered in the previous lecture. So this is this chapter we have started in the last week. Okay. So after that, we have studied the why data pre-processing, or the why the data pre-processing is required. What is the data understanding with respect to the relevance, and data understanding with respect to the quantity, and multi-dimensional measure of data quality. Again, after that, major tasks in data pre-processing. Okay, what are the major tasks are there in data pre-processing? That is the data cleaning, data integration, data transformation, data reduction, and data discretization. So all these 5 major tasks are there in the data pre-processing, and these are the forms of data pre-processing. Okay, so already we have studied this one. And data cleaning. So how to do the data cleaning, or what is the processing of the data cleaning, that also we have studied. And data cleaning acquisition. So what is the data cleaning acquisition? This also we have studied in the previous lecture. So this is also one example we have studied about the is that this is the original data is there, and that original data we have cleaned in the this one. Okay, you can see here this is the clean data is there. So how the clean data looks like and how the original data looks like. Okay, whatever the combination of zeros are there with all the commas here. Here you can see here a comma 0, like that it is there. Okay, this is called as the clean data here. Okay, and data cleaning with respect to the metadata. So we have studied that what is the metadata. Okay, I have given one example also. The metadata is called as the data about a data here. Okay, the summary. Okay, the summary is nothing but a metadata here. Okay. So this also we have studied in the previous lecture. And data cleaning. Okay, the data cleaning with respect to the reformatting. So what is that reformatting? Means how to store the database in the different files. Okay, so the missing values, unified date format, binning of numeric data. The binning of numeric data means what here? You know about the sorting techniques. Okay, so it is one forms of the data structure. So we'll see that what is the binning of numeric data. Binning of numeric data means it is the one method is there how to clean the data. Okay, with example we are going to study in this chapter only about binning of numeric data here. After that we have the fixed errors and outliers, and convert nominal fields whose values have order to a numeric. So all these points we are going to learn in detail. Okay, in this chapter only. The next part is that the only in detail we are going to learn all those things here. Okay, about the data cleaning with respect to reformatting here. Now this is the missing data. How to handle the missing data? Okay, that is important. Okay, the missing data is nothing but suppose some records are not recorded, some information is not recorded. Okay, so then how to record the missing values? Okay, how we are going to consider the missing data here? Okay, this is also the part of the data cleaning here. Okay, the meaning data cleaning, that is the meaning of the data cleaning is that how you are going to handle the raw data towards to the cleaner data here. Okay, so we need to convert that raw data into the cleaner data here, so that we will get the good quality of the information. If suppose we have the good quality of the information, then it will be helpful for the making the good decision. Okay, and we will get the quality result also. And if suppose you are not going to maintain the quality database with you, then definitely you will not take a good decision, and you will not give the a good result. Okay, like our exams also. If suppose we are going to do the very clear study with understanding, by solving the examples, writing the answers in the clean language. If suppose you are going to follow all these things, then you will be getting the good marks in the your examination. The cleaning of the data is the same here. If you are going to maintain the good quality of the database, then definitely it will be helpful for you people. You will take the good decision, and again you will get the a good knowledge from the good quality of the database. Okay, that is only it is there. Suppose you are in the final year, means you are going to prepare your campus interviews. Okay, then and then only you will be placed somewhere in the MNC companies. Otherwise, suppose you are not going to prepare, though their number of opportunity will be there, and if suppose you are not going to prepare for the campus interview, then nobody will hire you. Okay, why? Because sufficient knowledge you don't have, sufficient study you are not done. Okay, that is why it is there. So if we are going to maintain the good quality of the information, good quality of the database, then and then only you are going to give the good result, you are going to take the good quality of the decision. Okay, all those things. That's why the how to handle the missing data here. Now the missing data is that the data is not always available. Okay, whatever the required database is there, the required database is always not there. Means suppose if what the data missing, suppose Mumbai to Delhi, suppose the last year 2020, what is the okay, that is the air ticket. Suppose if you are going to fly from using the aeroplane, then what is the cost or how much price it is there to go from the Mumbai to Delhi. Suppose in the last year that is was the 5,000 it was there, and again the previous in the 2019 it may be around the 4,800. Again in 2018 it may be around 4,700. Like that it will be there. Then based on that database you can predict how much a cost or how much price is there in the 2021 from the Mumbai to Delhi. It may be around 5,000, it may be around the 5,200, it may be around the 5,500, but not more than the 6,000. Means in that way you can predict the some values, and you can place the some missing values in the record here. Okay, that is only called as the missing data here. Is how you are going to handle the missing values and missing records here. Okay, means the data is not always available. Means sometimes we need to produce or sometimes we need to create the data here. For example, many tuples have no recorded value for several attributes such as customer income in sales data. Okay, means the tuples means about the in the column wise and again the row wise we are going to maintain the database, means in the table format. Okay, so whatever the columns are there, these are called as the attributes, and whatever the rows are there, these are called as the tuples. So the tuples are nothing but the actual value. Okay, suppose the person of the age is called as the attribute, and suppose that one person X is going to hold his age as 38, then that record is the 38 here, like that. Okay, and missing data may be due to, so why the data is going to miss. Okay, that reasons also we need to consider here, because the only database administrator is not responsible to maintain the database here. Okay, whatever the different parameters are there, okay, that parameters also we need to consider for missing the data here. Okay, means equipment malfunction. So why the equipment malfunction is there? Suppose your computer or your smartphone is not working properly, then definitely, or the any sensor. Okay, suppose in your mobile phone or in the smartphone, you have the weather forecasting. If you are going to click on the weather forecasting, then immediately it is going to open that app here, and immediately it is going to give the result of how much cloud is there, what is the velocity of wind is there. Okay, is there any probability to precipitate today? Is there any showering is there today in the evening or in the night or in the afternoon? Okay, and also it is going to provide what is the temperature. Okay, that temperature also we are going to show on our smartphone here. Means that something it is there to maintain all the records. Okay, the today's weather, today's temperature. Okay, all the things. Means based on that weather, you are going to prepare the tomorrow's weather forecast here. And if suppose your smartphone is not working properly, or your laptop is not going to work properly, some hardware is missing, some sensor is not working, some application is not working, then definitely your equipment malfunction is there. The meaning of equipment malfunction is that which is not working properly here. Okay, that is called as the equipment malfunction. Means due to the equipment malfunction, the data may be miss here. Okay. And the next reason is that inconsistent with other recorded data and thus deleted. Okay, inconsistent with other recorded data. Means whatever the other recorded data is there, so this database we have recorded, that's why this database we are going to delete. I mean, this is the human mentality is there. Okay, while maintaining the database. Suppose this much we have, and why to prepare and why to maintain again that record? Sometimes this is due to the human nature or the human mentality we are going to do this. Okay, that is why the inconsistent with other recorded data and thus it is deleted. Now the third reason is that the data not entered due to misunderstanding. Okay, this is also one kind of the human tendency is there. Okay, due to the misunderstanding, we are not going to maintain the some records, the some values. Okay, that should not happen. Okay, otherwise you are going to miss the data here. Now, certain data may not be considered important at the time of entry. This is also one type of the human tendency. Okay, we people we are not going to bother about our future, but this information may require in our future life also. Okay, but today we are going to feel that this is less important. Okay, which always we should in the positive direction, that all the information, all the data must be recorded on time to time. This should not we think of that this data is not required for our work. Okay, we cannot tell that what type of the data we require in the future. Okay, every data we are going to save it for the future use here. Okay, and see, we are learning the history. Why we are going to learn the history here? Some records are there, okay, some snapshots are there. That's why it is possible to learn the history in the era of 1700, the era of 1600, 1800, 1900. How it is possible? All the records we are going to preserve. Okay, that's why it is possible to learn the history here. Okay, not register history or changes of the data here. Means not register history. Means whatever that database is there, that database we are not going to maintain it, or we are not going to update the database. Okay, means this is also possible. So these are the some reasons the missing data with respect to the missing data here. Means why the missing data is it is there. Missing data may need to be inferred. So we need to maintain the missing data here. So this is the missing data slide we have studied here. So the data is not always available. For example, many tuples have no recorded value for several attributes, such as customer income in sales data. And missing data may be due to equipment malfunction, inconsistent with other recorded data, and thus it is deleted. And data not entered due to misunderstanding. And certain data may not be considered important at the time of entry, and not register history or changes of the data. And the last one is the missing data may need to be inferred. Okay. Now, how to handle the missing data here? Means how to take care about the missing values or the missing database here. Okay. So here, ignore the tuple. Okay, we know about the tuple. Just now I told you that what is the meaning of the tuple here. Okay. The tuple is that it is the actual record or the actual value. For example, suppose we have the attribute as the age, and the person X is having the age is 38. So that 38 is called as the one a tuple or one value here. So ignore the tuple. What is so usually done when class label is missing. Okay. So ignore the tuple means suppose when to ignore that particular record. So when the usually done when class label is missing, assume the task in classification not effective when the percentage of missing values for attributes varies considerably. Means sometimes we have the records here. Okay. Sometimes we have the tuple values, but we don't know that the what kind of the database it is there. Suppose the age is there. So, okay, age 37, 38, 40, 41, like that we have the tuples. Okay, these are the tuples. But we don't know that what exactly it is there, whether it is the age is there, okay, or whether it is any integer values are there, whether these are the marks are there. We don't know that, or whether this is some percentage values are there. We don't know that. Means sometimes whatever this type of the database is there, we don't know label means we don't know what are the attributes it belongs. Okay, so that's why the sum at that time we have to ignore that tuple here. Okay, so in that way we need to handle the missing data here. Okay, very important. Ignore the tuple means at the what time we are going to ignore the tuple means suppose we don't know the database from which it belongs. Okay, it may be the age, it may be the number of years, it may be the any marks, it may be the any percentage. Okay, we don't know that. So at that time we need to ignore the tuple values there. Okay, so usually done when class label is missing, assuming the task in classification not effective when the percentage of missing values per attributes varies considerably. The second one is that fill in the missing value manually. Means somewhere suppose we are able to tell that as I have given one example about the ticket, air ticket from Mumbai to Delhi. I told you example 5,000 in the last year, 2020, 4,800 in the 2090, 4,700 in the uh, 2018, and just you can predict what was there in the 2017. It may be around the 4,500 or it may be around the 4,600. Then based on that, suppose something is missing the values, then you can insert the value there just by referring the previous values and again the then after values there. Okay. So fill in the missing value manually. That is the tedious plus infeasible. Okay. Now use a global constant to fill in the missing value. For example, unknown, a new class. Okay. So and the next point is about the imputation. So what is the imputation here? So use the attribute mean to fill in the missing value. So we need to consider that the meaning of attributes. Okay. And or use the attribute mean for all samples belonging to fill the same class to fill in the missing value smarter. Means we need to consider the attribute mean. Okay, the mean and median, we know that the average values we are going to consider. That way also you can insert the missing values here. Okay, so use the most probable value to fill in the missing value. Inference based such as Bayesian formula for a decision tree. Okay, what is that inference based such as Bayesian formula that we are going to see in the further slides. Okay, means in that way we are going to handle the missing values there or the missing data here. Okay, now how to handle the missing data here? So ignore the tuple. So usually done when class label is missing and assuming the task in classification not effective when the percentage of missing values per attribute varies considerably. And the second thing is that fill in the missing value manually. Means manually you can insert the values. And the third one is use a global constant to fill in the missing value. Means we need to understand that what is the global constant. Okay. So the example of the global constant is that suppose the average temperature. Okay, otherwise you can see the standard temperature. You can understand that what is the standard temperature, and then you can fill the missing values there. And the imputation is that the imputation to use the attribute mean, means we need to calculate the attribute mean there. Okay, whatever the present values are there, and that value you can insert into the missing tuple here. Okay, use the attribute mean to fill in the missing value, or use the attribute mean for all samples belonging to the same class to fill in the missing value, that is the smarter. Means in that way we are going to handle the missing values here. Now the data cleaning, unified date format. Okay, so just give the heading as the data cleaning with respect to the unified date format here. Okay, so what is the unified date format here? So the unified date format is that, so see, everywhere whatever the database we are going to maintain it, so the date also it is important. Means this data belongs to on which date. Okay, like that it is there. Or some database is the duration for the database. Suppose I want to explore the database in the 2019. Then by studying the date format, immediately I can retrieve the database from the 2019 year. Okay, like that. And suppose particular database I want in the 2019. Suppose I want the database of the September month. And suppose I want the database from the June month. Suppose I want the database from the January month. And how you are going to maintain that database with respect to the date format. Okay, that is very important. And if suppose you are not going to provide the any unique date format, then it is very difficult to find out the required database from the database here. Okay, the required information is very difficult to find out from the such kind of the database here. If you are not going to maintain the unified date format here. Okay, that is very important. Now, that's why we are going to learn the data cleaning with respect to the unified data format here. Now, suppose we want to transform all dates to the same format internally. So internally, it is done in the data warehouse process. So again, I will tell what is the data warehouse here. So the data warehouse is that it is going to collect all the cleaned database. Okay. And the quality, good quality of the database, it is going to maintain in the data warehouse. Okay. This you remember always. Many times I told you that the data warehouse is responsible to maintain the good quality of the database. Means after the cleaning of the information, after cleaning of the database, that cleaned data we are going to store into the data warehouse. And we are going to retrieve the good quality of the database from the data warehouse only. Okay. Now we want to transform all dates to the same format internally. Means whatever the date format is there, the same date format we are going to maintain for all the database there. Now some systems accept dates in many formats. Okay, we know that what are the different date formats are there. For example, you can see here September 24, 2003. So September is a month and 24 is a particular day in September month, and year is the 2003 year. Again the 9/24/03. What is this one? So the 24 9 is the September month, 24 is the day, and again 3 is nothing but the 2003. Okay. And this is the third format is that 24 is the day, the 09 is the name of the month, and again the 3 is nothing but your year. Okay. Means in that way we are going to maintain the different formats of for the dates here. Okay. But this it creates the confusion. Okay. The second also it is going to create the some confusion. Why it is the confusion will be there? Because the 03, it may be the 2003, or it may be the 1903, or it may be the 1803 here. Here also the same is there, 03. So what is the 03 here? It may be the 2003 or it may be the 1903. Means this should not be there. We need to write the a clear cut year. Suppose the 03 is there, means only it is not sufficient that 03 will be there. Means we need to write the 2003. Okay. Means these dates are transformed internally to a standard value. Means internally it is going to maintain the standard format for all the database here. Means internally it is going to happen. And frequently just the year of y is sufficient. See, always we need to consider the year we need to write into the y format. Okay. So suppose that today is the 2021. Okay, this year is running. Means we should not write 21 only. Okay, we need to write 2021. Why? Because 21 may be the 2021 or it may be the 1921 or it may be the 1821. So the user will get confused here. Okay, so that confusion should be avoided. So that's why the frequently just the year y is used and it is sufficient. Okay, and for more details we may need the month. Okay, for more details we need to consider the month, the day, the hour, etc. See, the nowadays every record it is having the date and time also. The time is very important, because suppose for a particular some users are there, some customers are there, always they want the a database with respect to the time and date here. Okay, that is why all the database we need to maintain with this format. Okay, that is the y standard format for the year, and for a particular month, the day and the hour. Representing date such as y or y dd can be okay, but has problems. Okay, so whatever these formats we are going to use, year and month or year and month day, it can be okay. The user can use it. A number of users are there. We cannot restrict or we cannot tell to everyone. So this for date format you don't use. Okay, like that. When the data come to us, then and then only the internally or as a database administrator, I am going to change the date format here. Suppose you people are there. So how in your notebook you are going to maintain today's dates and today's time for our today's session? That you people you know only. I don't know that. In what format you are going to write it here? Okay. Means whenever that data come to me or it will go to the database administrator, there only it is going to change the standard data and standard format will be used by the database administrator. Okay. What are the problems with YYMMD dates? These are the some problems it is listed here. So what are the problems here? You can see here. So the ignoring for now the looming Y10K year 10,000 crisis. So we know the K. Okay. So what is the K here? So the K is nothing but we are going to use that 2K7, 2K8, 2K10. So what is that 2K10? Means it is going to arise some confusion here. So that's why we need to ignore this kind of the representation. Okay. And YYMMDD does not preserve intervals. Okay, the intervals are nothing but the duration. Okay. Suppose I want the database from the 2010 to the 2020, like that. And 2004, that is the 0201, means year is the 2004, 02 is the month, and 01 is the day. That is minus 2004-0131. Means that this duration I'm going to consider here equal to 2004 and first month in the 31st January. Again the minus 2004, that is the first month up to the 30 January. Means here it is not going to preserve some intervals. So these kind of the date formats we should not use here. So these are some problems we are facing as a database administrator here for maintaining the good quality of the database with respect to the date format here. Okay, means this can introduce bias into models. Bias means it is going to introduce some confusion into the data while maintaining the good quality of the database here. That's why the unified date format is very much important. Okay. So once again, we will see that data cleaning with respect to the unified date format here. So we want to transform all dates to the same format internally, and some systems accept dates in many formats. For example, September 24, 2003, and again the September month, and again the 24 is the day, and again the 03 is the year, and 24.09.03, etc. Okay, dates are transformed internally to a standard value, and frequently just the year y is sufficient, and for more details we may need the month, the day, the hour, etc. And representing dates such as YYYMM or YYYMMDD can be okay, but has some problems. Okay, these problems are listed below here. So what are the problems with respect to the YYMMDD dates here? Ignoring for now the looming Y10K, year 10,000 crisis, and YYMMDD does not preserve intervals. Okay, it is not going to preserve the intervals in the by using this date formats here. So it may be the going to yield the confusion here. So that's why the unified date format we are going to use here. Okay. So what are the unified date format options are there? Suppose you are not going to maintain the unified date format, then what options will be there? Okay, what options are there? To preserve intervals, so we can use. Okay. The intervals are nothing but the particular duration, particular time. Okay, that is these are called as the intervals. Means here, so the Unix system date. So how the Unix operating system is going to maintain the dates in the OS. So the number of seconds since 1970. So you can imagine that how many seconds are there till today on the since 1970, and the number of days since Jan 1 1960. Okay, means from 1st January 1962 up till today, how many dates are there? How many days are there? Means that way also we need to, in that way we can preserve the interval. And problems for this, so values are non-obvious. So the different values may be there and don't help intuition and knowledge discovery. So these kind of the intervals are also having some problems. So what kind of the problems are there? Values are non-obvious, okay, and don't help intuition and knowledge discovery. Intuition means your understanding level, so that is called as the intuition, and the knowledge discovery. So it is not helpful for the knowledge discovery here, and harder to verify, easier to make an error. Okay, so these are some problems if you are going to consider the unified date format from the Unix system. Okay, so to preserve the intervals, we can use Unix system date, that is the number of seconds since 1970, and the number of days since 1st January 1960, and the problems for this. So values are non-obvious, and it doesn't help for the intuition for understanding purpose, and it doesn't provide the knowledge discovery, and it is harder to verify, and it is easier to make an error. Okay. Now the KSP date format. So what is the KSP date format here? So another date format is there. The KSP date is that, suppose how to you are going to store the interval. Okay, the YY plus days starting Jan 1st to the minus 0.5 and divided by the 365 plus 1. Okay, what is the plus 1 is there? Why we are need to consider the plus 1 if we are having the leap year. Leap year means we say in our Marathi language Dhonda Mahina. Okay, that is the additional month. After every 3 years we have one leap year. Okay, actually the leap year is for our Marathi calendar. Okay, not for our English we are going to use. It preserves intervals almost. This year and quarters are obvious. Okay, the quarter means you know about the quarters. How many quarters are there in a year? So there are 3 quarters are there. Okay, January to March, again the April to June, okay, July to September, and again from the October to December. Okay, every 3 months is a 1 quarter. And see how we are going to calculate by using this formula here, KSP date. So September 24, 2003. Okay, and plus that is the 267 minus 0.5 upon 365. So the value will come as the 2003. Okay, round to 4 digits. Okay, that 2003 it is there. Means in that way we are going to maintain the interval for a particular year and consistent with the date starting at soon. Okay, every month you can consider the starting date and it can be extended to include the time also. Okay, this is a very easy formula. By putting this formula you can have the intervals for a particular month here. Okay, now the Y2K issues. I think my opinion is that you don't consider Y2K. You forget about the Y2K. Just read like that. 2021. Okay, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2007, 2008. Like that you can read. Don't say that 2K7, 2K8, okay, 2K9. Again, it is going to create some confusion there. So that's why the Y2K don't consider. The only we need to consider the actual year. 2-digit year in old data, legacy of Y2K. Okay. For example, suppose the year 02, it is 1902 or 2002. How we can identify that? Just you are going to write the 02 means it may be the 1802, it may be the 1702. Means always we need to write in the full format. Okay, 2020 means 2020, like that. Don't write the only at 21. 2021 you need to write here. Now depends on context. For example, child birthday or year of house construction. Okay, so how you are going to write the maintain your child birthday or year of the house construction? The typical approach is that the cutoff year, for example 30, and if the year is less than cutoff, then 20 YY else 19 YY, like that it is there. Okay, what it tells that, suppose you are going to write the only 02, suppose your child birth is in the 2002. Okay, and instead of the 2002 you are going to write that 02. Okay, then it is going to create the problems there. Okay, then we need to see that child, whether it is how much it is age, and then you can decide that this is from the 2002. Otherwise, suppose I am not going to see that, no, it may be from the 1902 or it may be from the 2002 here. I have to see the month, again I have to see his or her particular day. Like that should not be there. Okay, suppose your your child birthday you are going to maintain 14 September 1983, like that. Okay, then immediately you are going to identify that yes, this is the correct birthday. Okay, Means in that way we need to consider the Y2K issues here. Okay. Means it is a 2-digit year in old data, that is the legacy of Y2K. For example, question is that year 02 it is 1902 or 2002, and depends on context. For example, child birthday or year of house construction, and typical approach is that the cutoff year, for example, 30. Okay. Now here is that the almost the time is up to the 1:10. Okay. So what we studied in this lecture here. So today we have studied that the missing data here, and after that the how to handle the missing data, and data cleaning, that is the unified date format, and unified date format option, and KSP date format. The KSP nothing but it is standard date format is there. Okay, don't have the any reason behind that. And Y2K issues. So what are the Y2K issues are there? With all these concepts we have studied in this lecture here. Okay. Now this is the time for our class test first year. So shall I dictate the questions here, or before moving to the class test? Just I want to ask you all that. So is there any doubt or is there any problem in this today's lecture here? Hello all, you please unmute yourself and talk here. Ahilya Sachin Dange, are you there? Manusri Patil, Chaitali Dhawle, Gauri Kulkarni, Aparna Lemburkar, Dipti Patil, Sanyogita Jagtap, Rutvish Bubne, Prashant Jalgire, Vaishali Sule, Tejaswini Patil, Harshvardhan Deshmukh, Digvijay Khalate, and Bhaskar Itap, Akanksha Pranesh Sutar. Are you there all? See, I'm not getting the reply from your side. Huh? So please, I request you all, please reply here, whether we are moving in the right direction or not. Hello all. You please unmute yourself, otherwise give the reply in the chat box. Yes, CSE from A Division 7, roll number 17. Akanksha, are you there? Akanksha, are you listening me? Please unmute yourself, Akanksha. I think Akanksha just logged in the class and she is not giving reply, means she is not there. Okay. Roll number 17. BA. So who is the next one? I will call to roll number 26 from B Division. Tejaswini Patil, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is there any doubt, Tejaswini?
No, sir.
Yeah, good. Okay, no problem. I think roll number 17 is absent today from A Division. Okay. That Akanksha is there. Okay. Today she is absent. Sanyogita Jagtap, are you there? Roll number 44 from A Division. Sanyogita Jagtap. Hello. Sanyogita Jagtap, I think she is also just logged in the system and she left our class. Okay. So roll number 44 is also today absent. Again, next one, Dipti Patil, roll number 32. Dipti Patil, are you there? Yes, I got reply from Dipti Patil. Okay, no problem. I hope that you all are listening my lecture very carefully. That's why you are giving the reply here. So what I will do here, I will post the questions for class test 1. The 4 questions will be there. Each carries 5 marks. Okay. And what you have to do here, that all the 5 questions you have to solve on the paper, and you have to scan the paper and you have to upload on the Google Drive. Okay, I'm going to share the link also. And instead of the dictation of for all these questions, I will post the questions in our WhatsApp group. Okay, it will be feasible for all the students. Okay, is it okay all? Okay, no problem. And just before that, you just post your attendance in the chat box so that I will maintain your attendance for today's lecture. And up to the 2:15, okay, today is the our lecture is from the 12:15 to 2:15. So exactly we are going to start the class test at 1:15. The duration for the class test is 1:15 to 2:15. Okay, and I have shared you all the PPTs also are there. Okay, the books also I have shared. So you can refer our PPTs. The Google Drive link I have given the link for the study material. Okay, it is permissible for you all. You please the reference take the reference for that. Okay. So shall we stop here? And if suppose while writing the your class test, if you will face the any problem, you just directly drop the message to the WhatsApp here. Okay, personally you can send the message. Immediately I will reply here. Okay, I'm waiting here after the 2:15. Okay. So thank you one and all for patiently listening my lecture, and thank you for your replies also. I got the very good reply from your side. Thank you one and all. Okay. So I'm closing the meet now.